How's the weekend? Hope you had fun. So, quick one. I'm not going to waste anybody's time. We're going to be starting with the pairs we are looking out for the week on. Normally, we use from our watch list and we build from there. So, last week, I said clearly that we're going to be selling selling USD card, and as you can see, the USD card has sold directly to the point where our target was. The what did I do again? That sold where to our target. That is, if you look from last week on our analysis, you see that this place is where we want the price to get to. But now we've done that. So the next thing you're looking out for now is the next direction of this guy. So having said that, I'm going to remove this. Not technically remove. I'm just going to remove the indicators so that my charts will be clean. When we said it on Friday, on Friday, yeah, we said that once you've seen something like this, you can go ahead and take your buy for yourselves. So the sales we took from was from here. So the target is still here, which means the target was met. Target was met. And as you can see, if you look closely, you see that if you look closely, you see that from this price action, like there's nothing really to look for in this time frame again. So we go a bit higher. For what we're looking for trade, we have to go to the higher time frames for you to look for what the price will be like in the coming week. And if you look closely on this hour time frame, you see that price have already gotten to this point where we can now say, maybe this guy wants to buy or so, but you can't be so sure. You can't be so sure. You only be so sure when this guy breaks and then returns back. So what am I looking out for on USD card? I'm looking for another sell. Honestly, another sell. Looking for another sell. But the sell is just short term to this place. And it can reject from here. But first things first. First things first. So the bigger picture has been met. So where is this horizontal line I marked? Where is it? Honestly, I don't think this guy ready to buy yet. He cannot even buy, to be honest. So I'm waiting for price to sell more to these zones. But there's no need forcing setup. There's no need forcing anything. If you know day, you know day. So which means I'm not dropping anything on this guy this week. Last week we took the normal sales. Last 2 weeks we took the buys. So this week there's nothing on this guy. But based on structure, we're still bearish. Based off structure, we're still bearish. So for me to clean my charts, I'll remove all these things. I don't like charts that are dirty. Once my price has been, my target has been met, I'll remove it. So leave it for the other ones. So that is it for this guy. They're taking out all these lows, taking out all these lows here, and then it's somewhere around here. So I'm not a swing trader. I don't know you, but I'm not a swing trader. So I can't be holding positions for days and weeks. No, I'm not a millionaire in dollars yet. Till then, we can now start risking 10,000, 100,000. So it will make sense. But for now, there's nothing on USD card for me this week. I want price to come back, take down these lows, and then go. But then the only thing I can say you can take is if price comes back, like to any of these zones, like this break of structure here, this liquidity here, if price comes back to any of these zones, you can continue your sell. But this sell will now be to the downside. The sell will now be to the downside. But then this is just, I don't like guessing. I want to be sure that my targets, my confluences are met before I say anything. I want to be sure that my confluences are met before I say anything. So this is what I'm expecting. I'm not going to drop it to the group, but this is what I'm expecting. This is what I'm expecting. So the next one is GBP USD. This guy has been buying and selling in the intraday system. So that means if you're a swing trader, you lose money in this guy because last week Kevin Talent was buying it and it was good, and now market opened with a dump. Market opened with a dump. The entry was here, so back is as good as back to entry. Imagine after price taking out this structural high, this one here. You cannot say, okay, let me break even, and then price comes back, boom, and takes you out. So, like I said, this guy is still super bearish. He's still super bearish because what did he just do? Like, what did he do? It clearly came to this place, but because this is a solid buy, there's printing now. There's printing now. But this one that happened here is it just went up, cleared all these liquidities, and then dumped using this one as the POI. I don't even explain this thing. Like, look at it. All these things here are liquidity. This is the POI that the guy used. It's not even like I want to be sure that this is the correct POI. If I take this one down, will it cover? It's correct. Yes, it's correct. This is the POI I took to sell. So from this POI now, sold down like immediately. Remember how long it took the buy to buy to that place? Came up, came down, went up, came down, all these things. Immediately tapped that place, it went down straight. Like I've said this thing in different times in my classes, in my sessions, that if your price did not go straight to TP or straight to SL or straight to your target, just know that you are the liquidity. If your price not go straight, at least for a scalper and a day trader, if your trade taps you and not go straight to your take profit or your stop loss, know that you are the liquidity. It's not, I'm not capping, I'm not joking, I'm not even playing around with what I just said. For example, look at this last one. He tapped it straight to TP. Look at the one we took last week. Yes, our entry was rusty and all, but from that entry, he went straight to TP after dancing around, which means we entered a little bit earlier than the usual. But there's no point of us waiting. The other one again, just follow me. This one here too, it tapped and dumped. This one here too, it tapped and dumped. This one here too, it tapped and dumped. This one's tapped and bought, tapped and bought. So if your setups is like this, always like this, your entry is rusty. Your entry is rusty. Because if you bought after liquidity has been cleared, it is certain that your take profit will hit like straightforward. That's why people use break even, but I don't like break evens. I don't like break evens because once that entry has been tapped, there's no need price coming back. If I put break even here, I will win this trade. If I put break even here, I'll win this trade. If I put break even here, I'll win this trade. If I put break even here, I'll win this trade. If I put break even here, I'll win this trade. If I put break even here, I'll lose the trade. Here, I'll win the trade. Are you saying it? So it is once your liquidity has been taken out, the problem is we don't know our liquidities. We just keep marking stuff and just trying to do what I don't know, but that's you. But if you identify your liquidity before your entry, you can see that once your price, once your entry start getting more than 2 days as a day trader, you enter inside the liquidity. Because once price has cleared liquidity, it goes straight to the direction that is anticipating, either your SL or your TP. That is it. So for this week on GU, I'm still bearish. I'm still bearish. But my bearish nature is biased. Do you know why I said my bearish nature is biased? Because this is a 4-hour time frame, right? And price is refusing to trade below this zone. I like using these things to mark out my zones because I had many confidences in my entries. The key levels, the reverse key levels, the normal SLP, and all. So for me, is to know the one that printed and then I'll go with it. But this month we've been all bearish on GU, like since. But from this place now, this is a very, very good zone. Price has taken strong that I want to buy. Please, I can't decide anything till price sweeps this place. If price did not trade below here, I cannot sell because by my structure, everything is being met for this buy that's currently going. But the buy is what is purely counter trend. It's purely counter trending because this is your break of structure, liquidity, and then POI. It's very simple. Like trade already is very simple. This is your liquidity, this is your POI. It's mitigated here, so go lower. Away. It's not tapped though. That's why I hate lower time frames. It's not tapped. This one might tap. Sharp. This one tapped. This one tapped. So from here, our buy is solid. But the point is where you're buying like it is because you are in a bearish trend. So so that's it. So for me to buy, it should be from this place to 3R. Same here. There's no setup on this guy because it's not clear. It's not clear enough. So on GBP NZD, is the guy changing to bullish? Let's know. Okay, he's not changing to any bullish. He just cleared liquidity. He just cleared liquidity. He just cleared liquidity. He cleared everything above and started buying, started selling again from this extreme. He didn't do nothing. He just came back to entry on the higher time frame and started doing the normal thing. So what am I looking at on this guy? Same old, but nothing. I'm not looking for anything on this guy. USD of course, it has been bullish. Has been bullish. Like from last week, from this week, we have been bullish on it. Okay. So I've left one position open the Friday. So where are we headed? Taking out all these ones, taking out all these ones. So where next we are going is, um, can it work? Can it work? Okay, it can. It should. It should. We're going to the other high, but before we get to that high, to this high, so we had to see our break of structure, liquidity, POI, this high. So this is the only one I'm setting for this week. This is the only one I'm setting for this week. USD JPY. I'm sure for this one this week, USD JPY will go the way we want. This will go the way we want, whether we want it or not. It will go the way we want, obviously. So the last one is our normal. I'm trying to drop this to the group. So hold on. The last one is GBP card. Of course, our target has been hit. Though price missed us, so he missed us and he went to smash CP. So this week we'll be doing a lot of sitting on our hands. A lot of it. A lot of it. Because all the trades, all the pairs we take, they didn't give us any valid entries except for USDJPY, which is still bullish. USDJPY still bullish. GBP USD is bearish, but it's trying to buy. GBP NZD just cleared liquidity above. Let me clear it again for people just joining. USD card has hit the target. I'm looking for price to come back to this place for us to continue. But I'm not dropping that one because it's a low pro for me. It's a very low probable setup for me, very, very low pro. So no need dropping this. If you're on the live, you can screenshot it and go and check it out yourself. What? Why did I delete USD card from the watch list? Ha. I don't believe I did this. Okay, it's back. No, it's not back. Kai, don't delete USD card. Oh. I don't forget what they use. Oh. Is it Oanda? Is it FSCM? We'll check when we enter. This USD card. USD card. USD card. Okay, then it's not this one. Good. So go back to where you are. You're on top. So USD card, this is what I'm looking out for. Okay. But the reason why I didn't drop it on the group is because it's a low pro setup. This is a break of structure, and then this is a valid POI. So if you're on the live, once price comes to your POI, you can look for the taught you and you sell. The next one is GBP USD. We've been bearish for this with this guy for the last few months. No, couple of weeks to be precise, couple of weeks. But what did this guy do? Last week he bought and cleared all the sales liquidities and dumped again. And dumping, he dumped to this valid place. And this I've said it before that on 4 hour time frame, this zone is relatively strong on 4 hour time frame because it's always closing, bouncing off the zone, bouncing off, bouncing off. And if you're a student of key levels, you know that each key level is strong until any candle blows over it by passing with the body. But as you can see, the bodies of this candle has not passed this line. It hasn't. It keeps entering and bouncing back, entering and bouncing back. So I went to 30 minutes time frame and I saw a counter trade. Counter trade in the sense that the break of structure is complete, the liquidity is complete, and then this buy is currently going. So I cannot drop a buy that is already happening. So and it's a counter trade because buying from this zone is risky. So I can drop it. I cannot. That's why I left it the way it is. So going on to GBP NZD, we've been selling this guy for how God knows how long. Since early this year, we've been selling this guy in the sense that it has been always sells, 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 sells. But then, like I told you, if price is refusing to hit your TP from the overall perspective, which is the first sell we took in this guy on February 2nd. The first sell has refused to hit our 4 hour. Those have taken our 3 hour already, so I'm already out of the trade. But we've seen significant trades inside of the main trades. But our target is still here. We're not there yet. Price came back, swept everybody, and went back to break even. So to that reason, I'm not dropping any setup on this guy till because it can be a sell and price can decide, let me just go a bit further and start selling from this region. So that's why nothing is coming from this guy. Second to the last one, USD It has been bullish for the past couple of days and weeks. We sold in this week, February, and on March, second week of February, we bought. And this March now we've been buying. So my target is buying from this place to this target. That's what I've already dropped. And finally, the GBP card. I've already said it that this day I've already hit our TP and a few couple of missed, few couple of losses, but then our TP has been hit generally. So now, what is the next thing for GBP card? I'll have to go to higher time frames to check, and I'll remove all these things because I don't like once my target has been hit, I remove. I like my chart clean, and this one has been hit already. And as you can see now, this guy hits this place and closed with a body below. He closed the body below. What does that tell you? It means one thing, that we are ready to keep selling. They are ready to keep selling. That's what this thing means. So for me, there's no liquidity here, only here. But then if you want to sell, it will be from yes, it's going to be funny. Price will just go from there and come back here. So selling should be from any of these parts because this is my liquidity, this is my break of structural liquidity, and then from there you can go down. So that is what I'm looking out for on GBP card. So that's it. I don't like wasting time on Mondays because of people that go to work and stuff. So go to your chart and set alarms. When price comes to POI, you can execute. For the news we have for the week, I do it normally whether I'm charged or not. For the news you have for the week, of course, the US has bombed Iran for the second time, but this time they targeted their oil, whatever, and bombed. So just expect that oil prices will keep surging higher. And people are expecting that gold prices will skyrocket, but then gold open with a dump. And I don't go. But at least the risk, I just funded the capital I wanted to risk on the trade. So that's decent. This week we have a couple of news, a couple of them. We have a couple of them. So On Monday, there's no news. So today we are safe. But then from Tuesday, there's USD, ADP, that is 13:15, that is 12:15 to 3 o'clock. New York session normal. So there's news on Tuesday, there's news on Wednesdays, New York sessions, there's news on Thursday, New York session. What's Thursday news? Jobless claims. And there's news on Friday, durable goods, same London session. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, be very, very careful of your London session. So on USDs, I don't really care about other pairs. USDs are where the volatility are. So be careful out there and enjoy the rest of your week. So if you have any question, you can send it through our other expressions on the descriptions, either WhatsApp, Telegram, IG. I don't know if I even have my X handle there, but then you can send us, ask your questions through the channels that have been sent. There's Telegram, there's Instagram, there's YouTube, there's WhatsApp, and then those ones are enough places for you to send us the questions. So having said that, I'll be closing for the day, and have a good week, have a prosperous week, and make sure you follow risk clearly. Your risk is what is going to save you. Risk management will save you a lot in this business. Once your account is gone, you are good as gone. So risk clearly, know your risk, and know that yesterday's win, last week wins are not the reason for you to be overdoing things this week. So there are a few things I got for this week. Things you should do differently this week. Do them differently. Don't rush into trades. Trade the system that you created and have used. Like we also did the same thing here. Not hoping for strange strategies. Focus on high probability setups. Like I just said, out of our 5 entries, out of our 5 pairs, we got entries on just 2. So don't trade for fun. Trade only when your system shows up on the chart. Take your time to validate those trades. You have confluences you look out for and everything. Don't succumb to other people's opinions about your trades. Trade what you see and what you know. Follow your rules. It's going to pay you. Respect risk to reward rules. If I'm trading 1:3, don't go and drag it to 1:10. You know that you cannot keep it that much. So don't go and drag it. Don't over leverage. Don't be greedy. So don't care what another person is doing. Just focus on your own growth. So that's it. Have a good day, guys. Enjoy the rest of the week.